What is up, YouTube? It is Docky, your Docky Style Gaming, and I am back at it again with another Godfall video for you all today. Now, in this video, we are going to be going over the most recent patch notes that dropped. I mean, technically, they dropped at like 12 a.m. because I remember seeing the post and I'm like, who drops an update at midnight? But according to their post, I guess time zone wise, it's 10:30. But for the most part, we're going to be breaking down everything that's in this post, along with some of the information that recently came from the community manager about matchmaking, because I know that's a pretty big topic right now. And then we're going to be going over some things that we'll potentially be seeing in some future updates for Godfall. So let's just hop straight into it because we got a bit to go over and I don't want this video to be too long. So for the most part, this is what we got when it comes to patch notes. They pretty much said, thank you for everyone that has started playing Godfall since launch. We can't believe we're here and we're so glad you are too. Since launch, everyone here at Counterplay Games has been heads down focusing on making sure Godfall is stable for everyone entering the period for the first time. Before we dig into our first round of notes, we want to talk a bit about what's going on our side and our philosophy for updates over the first few weeks after launch. Now it says our top priority for launch are a high quality experience and a level of stability for everyone playing Godfall. Happily, we're not seeing a ton of stability issues so far, but we're knocking a few out today. Now, surprisingly, I know a lot of people stopped by my PC stream. I streamed for 10 hours straight and surprisingly didn't have a single bug or issue on PC. Same can be said for PS5 when I did a launch stream of that as well, though I didn't play for as long as I did on PC, but even with PS5 I didn't have a single stability issue, so I'm kind of lucky, though I do know there has been some issues, at least especially from players in my Discord and some other Discords and Reddit that I've been noticing as well. So it pretty much says our very first responsibility for Godfall is making sure Godfall runs and performs great. After that, we'll be digging into quality of life fixes and what the future of the game will look like. We can't wait to talk more about it. It says we have updates planned and underway for a little further into the future, including multiple quality of life requests like batch savages or mass deletion. This is something that every looter never does at launch, and I never get it. Why? Everybody wants mass deletion because it's just so much more convenient, but batch salvage is something that they've noticed as well, so that's something we can expect a quality of life request. Field of view slider, which was something that was asked a lot of in my PC stream, which even for me personally, I don't mind the field of view, but something about Godfall, it just seems a little too tight, just barely. Like I could just barely want to back it up. But and then it says in others, and then it says in the meantime, we're listening to feedback small and large, so please keep it coming. So pretty much this is just them talking about where you can find the update and all the notes for it and everything like that. Now, before I actually get into the notes, I do want to say that this right here says updates with the sword icons are based on player feedback collected from various communities throughout the support tickets. So they are reading out support tickets and they are making fixes. So these two in particular are things that they fixed based off of community feedback or community issues via support tickets and just feedback in general. So for the general gist of things when it comes to patch notes, that'll be on both PS5 and PC. PC's already live, it says PS5's coming soon. PS5 always has to do things through cert, so that makes sense. So the general fixes that'll be coming to everything though, it says solved a reported crash when players received announcements while respawning. The sword one, it says addressed areas around chests that were causing some players to get stuck. Which I haven't seen that, but that kind of sounds funny. Adjusted drain ability to be used without the weapon's art skill. Solved an issue that was preventing players from respawning in multiplayer. I did hear about that on the Reddit. Solved for enemies becoming unresponsive after a player respawned. I heard about that too on Reddit. So again, clearly they're looking at stuff like that too, or maybe they experienced it themselves. The respawn counter no longer resets after each trial in Towers of Trials. And then one of the other community ones they did, it says fixed an on and off option in the settings menu that was displaying incorrectly in some languages. So I'm not sure exactly what that means or what that's for, but it's fixed. So for PC only, the thing that they fix and that's live already right now says solved a report crashing from occurring when launching with certain languages. And then for PS5, there was an update saying it solved the issue that would revert the localized text to English, when settings were modified. So again, it seems like a very specific type thing, but long story short, they fixed it, and surprisingly fixed it pretty fast. Godfall's only been out technically 2 days for PS5, 3 days for PC, so the fact that we got to update this fast, I'm actually pretty happy about. So let's actually hop into my thing, the most important thing, matchmaking. I know a lot of people have been talking about matchmaking. We kept getting it in the comments for almost all my videos. We've got it in all my streams. So let me clarify first. One of my videos that I made was talking about matchmaking because a Games Rant article said we were going to have matchmaking in it. That's what I made that video on because they had seemingly confirmed it. So this is my Twitter, and I posted it after the video. Somebody said that they changed their article. So luckily I got screenshots of both posts. So this is what the article originally said. It says it supports, or let's just, it says while Godfall does not have any PvP style elements, the game can be played solo or in a small team, and then that it supports drop in, drop out matchmaking. Now, when going to the revised article right after I uploaded my video, like maybe a few minutes after it had changed, it says while Godfall does not have any PvP style elements, the game can be played solo or in a small team. It supports co-op of up to 3 players and loose instance, blah, blah, blah. But essentially, this is the most important part. There was matchmaking in that article. They changed it, especially drop in, drop out matchmaking. That's a very, very specific. So it's interesting that they put that in there. Now, as I mentioned on stream, I don't know if they potentially played a build that had it at some point, and maybe they had to change it because the launch version wasn't going to. It just seems like a very specific thing to put, because drop in, drop out matchmaking is very important, and it doesn't even have drop in basic multiplayer where you can be in the middle of a mission and somebody can join you mid-mission. So that's what I'm like, that's a very specific statement, unless they were just talking out of their ass, whoever was in charge of this article at Games Rant. So yeah, that's the confusion around it. Now, some people were coming in the comment section after that video posted and it was like, the FAQ said, I'm like, the FAQ came out like literally the same day or the day of. Like if you go to Gearbox's forums, I think it was like 4 days ago, and now like they're answering all these questions and matchmaking is on there, and so I'm like, dude, get out of here. So, but most important, let's actually talk about some of the things that's potentially happening when it comes to matchmaking. Now, when asked about it, it said, please add matchmaking. I have no friends that play. Sad face. Sorry, Al. But Danny Thanatos, who is the community manager for Counterplay Games, says that it is a tip-top, literally #1 of my request, or I guess he means on my request list for community feedback, and the team has been notified of this. They are hard at work digesting all the feedback requests, adjustment, and potential quality of life items for the game. Hopefully we'll be able to talk about this soon. Trademark. And then thank you of the game. So they definitely know that fans want matchmaking, and it is at the top of their list. Really just comes down to when do we expect to see it in the game. Now, hopefully if they're updating the game as fast as they are currently, continue to update it, I should say, we'll get matchmaking sooner rather than later, but ultimately time will tell. But like I also said in my stream, matchmaking is a must in looters, and it is pretty sad that there was no matchmaking in Godfall at launch. Again, looters and matchmaking go hand in hand. Co-op games, especially a co-op game like this that's been pushed so heavily to be a co-op focused game, to not have matchmaking is a bit disappointing, not gonna lie. Even Avengers, though its matchmaking was god awful, had matchmaking. So I feel like maybe potentially their matchmaking system wasn't ready. Maybe they don't know how to handle it with their servers. Who knows? But they definitely know matchmaking is a thing and players want it, and they're working on it. So hopefully we'll get it sooner rather than later. So that's all I really got for this video. Let me know what you think about some of the updates, if any of these updates actually benefit you. Are you happy that they know about matchmaking, that we'll potentially be getting matchmaking pretty soon, along with some of the other like quality of life stuff that they talked about as well? Again, I know the field of view slider, a lot of people were talking about on my PC stream, and then also the mass salvage or mass deletion that they're also know and are working on as well. Let me know what you all personally think about that. Other than that, that's all I really got for this video. So, like I always say, thank you all for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you liked the video, leave a dislike if you didn't, And if you want to, be sure to join the Discord. I have the link to that in the video description as well. Links to all my social media accounts are in the video description also. So I will catch you all on the next one. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the subs. Peace.